So your tenants, the tenants in a building, in this example that we're talking about, Calvin, there is a limit of 100,000 in this example that you could accept. So let's say a tenant walked in on day one and they said, "Hey, Calvin, we really like this. I'd like to invest, or I'd like to give you 100,000. I want 100,000 in here." Could they do that?
We have a $500 a month limit right now for residents because we want everybody to participate. This is really about democratizing the ownership in the community. So if we sell out quickly, we could just do another deal with the owner. We get an appraisal, create another pool. But for now, we want to limit that because, yeah, there's a few people in each building, if they realized how great of a, just from a pure financial product this is, they would absolutely dump as much money as possible into it. You've got a 1x preference with a 5% minimum rent return and exposure to the sale value of the property. It's amazing. It's a wonderful deal.
It is very interesting.
Some people would be like, yeah, instead of a down payment, I'll just shift that and put that into this rentership pool and own a stake of the building I live in now.
Yes, and that's actually exactly what I was talking about in my book. When it comes out, you can see it. I was a bit hesitant when I wrote it because I was concerned people might think I was suggesting you don't buy a house, which wasn't the point. The point was that it's sometimes very difficult, right? You might save enough for you might save and save and save and still never have enough for a down payment. And so what that means is all those savings, they're never going to go into real estate, which is something that you might want to invest in. And so if you can invest through crowdfunding, was my point in the book, you do get an interest in real estate. And in your case, it's actually where you live, which is what makes it unique, actually. So somebody says, all right, I want to invest 500. So they pay their rent, their $1,000 a month rent, and then they can add 500 to that, or do they, that's a relationship they have with you, is it?
Right. So they pay their rent the same way they normally do. They download our app separately. They claim their stake. They can buy more. It feels like Robinhood or any other fintech app that you might be used to, where people buy public equities. But instead of buying a public equity, they're buying a stake in the place that they live.
And but they're buying that from you, right? So you're buying it first from the owner, and then they're buying a share of that from you. So what are the terms that you have with owners? You've got some kind of profit split. It does function like an equity investment as well, doesn't it? If the value of the property goes up, so does your 100,000 stake. So how is that structured?
Yeah, that contract right is as a percent of the sale value. So in that earlier example, if it were a $10 million valuation project, $100,000 is 1% of the sale value. That building appreciates and you sell the property for $10.1 million, then you buy the pullout for $110,000.
I see.
We distribute it to the stakeholders accordingly.
So you're actually
not equity or debt. It has no collateral interest in the property. It's completely standstill. And it provides some of the economic value in this contract, right?